All right, here we go. Today we have GaTa, best known for playing himself on the hit TV show Dave. Welcome to VladTV.
Oh, man, my pleasure, brother. Thank you.
Well, congratulations on where you are right now, man. It's been a long, slow, determined grind that you've been doing for a while. Because people, see you on the TV show, they think, oh, you just started, you went to a casting call and suddenly you're on. But no, the story goes way, way further than that.
Yeah, it took me 18 years to get here, man.
Exactly. So I want to start at the very beginning. It's your first time here. Grew up in South Central Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was South Central LA in like the late 90s, early 2000s?
Oh, man. Everything that it sounded like to scare white people when they watched the news, riots, gang violence, everything that you could imagine was going on in South Central LA. Like, my parents fell victim to the crack epidemic in South Central, And South Central was a hectic place to grow up, man. A lot of my friends and family still live there, and that's like my heart. South Central is everything to me. It showed me how to be a man, it showed me how to act in certain situations, and it showed me how to dream. And, I love South Central LA, beautiful place. And a lot of unfortunate things happen out there all the time, but it's a lot of beautiful people in that community.
Okay, so you mentioned your parents, because you were adopted by your aunt.
Yep.
Right? Out of foster care, though.
Yeah, basically, but it was kind of like a crazy situation. As I can recall, they got me from the police station. My auntie came to the police station with my cousin, who's my sister. But yeah, they adopted me.
Okay, so your parents, you mentioned, had drug problems.
Right.
So they just gave you up?
No, it was just a crazy living situation. My mom and dad was fighting or something, as I can recall. Like, they had like a toxic relationship.
Okay.
And the cops came and the house was in not good conditions for me and my sister to live in. So that's when they took us away, because they seen, what was going on in the household.
Okay, so you had siblings also?
Yeah, I got a sister. My blood sister, Shamar Ganter, love her to death. That's my big sis. She live in Kansas City, Midwest. That's the reason why I got dreads, because I spent some time in Kansas City. But yeah, I got family in Kansas.
Okay, so basically the police got called to your parents' house.
Yep.
It was a mess over there.
A mess.
They took you away, took you and your sister away.
Yep.
And then
my auntie and my cousin adopted me.
Okay. Yep. Have you ever met your parents?
Only memory I got of my dad was when I was younger. I just believe my auntie, who was my mom. I don't like to really call her my auntie. That's really my mom, So my mom took me to see him, and all I remember is an old man homeless on crutches.
Oh.
Yeah, he had his leg burned off, because
his leg was burned off?
Yeah, he had his leg amputated because my mom threw hot grease on him. They used to get into crazy fights and shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was your last memory of either parent?
Yeah, just knowing that they used to fight and do crazy stuff and that they was drug addicts, and, that's all I know.
Are they still alive?
Nah.
They passed away?
Yeah, for sure.
How long ago?
Probably like when I was younger, man. Like, I don't even know, man. 18 months, who knows? I don't have no recollection of them, Okay. All I know is that my mom and my sister saved me, Betty and Stacy. They saved me, changed my life.
Does that bother you? I mean, because I've had, I remember I had a girlfriend who, a similar situation, not really exactly, but I remember her parents had a bunch of kids. They couldn't really take care of them.
Right.
And then the auntie came in and said, oh, let us take the youngest daughter. And she always kind of had mother-father issues, I remember. Was that something you went through yourself, you think?
I definitely had some issues. We all got issues, but for the most part, I seen it as a moment in my life or a situation in my life that can make me stronger, I can handle being by myself, or, just different situations I could handle differently because I didn't have a father. I had my mom and my sister, and I really had to teach myself how to be the man. I had positive influences in my life, but, of course I see that void out there when I go to the park with my mom and sister and I see other kids playing with, their whole family, mom and dad there. So yeah, of course it fucked with me, but at the same time, it made me the man that I am today. I take care of my mom and my sister. I take care of my family and friends. So I'm blessed to be able to tell my story and to make a positive thing out of it. So yeah.
Well, sorry I had to go through that, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry. I mean, something like a young kid shouldn't have to.
Yeah, but you can't be sorry for me, though. You got to be sorry for all the kids that's around the world that's just like me. It's a million kids that have a story like GaTa, like Daviante Ganter, that don't know their mom, that don't know their dad. They can't even get out the foster system, that nobody won't come and adopt them. Yeah. So you got to really think it. Like, I'm blessed.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I mean, I've interviewed foster kids, and I heard horror stories. Like, 20 different homes, sexual assaults, like, rapes and everything else like
and
that.
I'm so blessed that, I didn't have to experience some of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so your name, your uncles came up with it?
Yeah, they came up with it. They from down south, Arkansas. They used to be called like the Gator Boys. They had like a myth going around that they was wrestling alligators. And I used to just hear that story when I was young growing up. And I told my mom, like, man, I want to be a Gator Boy. So I even made my AOL online screen name Gator Boy 2345. 2345 is because Michael Jordan, the best basketball player to ever touch the court. So yeah, Gator Boy 2345. And then when I started getting into music and rapping, I wanted something cooler than just Gator. I was like, man, my shit is gonna be GaTa. And then GaTa stand for going against the average. Yeah.
Okay, love it. Okay, so you started rapping in middle school?
Yep. I used to
Okay.
rap on the party line.
All right.
I used to call in, tear niggas up on there.
On the party line.
Yeah.
I remember those, yeah.
That shit was cracking.
Okay. And your favorite rapper is not most men's favorite rapper.
Oh, hell no.
Your favorite rapper is?
The Brat.
The Brat.
So folktified. Hey, the Brat got so much swag, homie. Like, it influenced me as a kid because it was like, I see Pac, I see Snoop, I see Cube. Like, damn, that shit look dope. But when I seen her do it, it just built up some confidence in me. It just made me feel like, man, if she could do it, I know I could do it. Like, let me just start rapping.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you stuck with it.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
At what point did it start getting a little more serious? Because you went to Crenshaw High School at one point.
Yeah, I went to Crenshaw and Westchester.
And Westchester.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, was things starting to pick up a little bit by high school or no?
Things was picking up as far as in high school, me battling other rappers and developing a name for myself. And then outside of school, it started ringing in the streets because I would link up with other rappers, and then you would, meet people. And that's how I met Tyga. And then I just started grinding with him and I came up with GED. But yeah, rapping in high school transitioned to me meeting Tyga outside of school, and then I just started kicking it off with the homie, and we met ScHoolboy Q, and yeah, rapping at school did a lot, bro. Like, everybody, if you could do rap at school and you could be confident at school, your name gonna start making noise around people that do music.
Okay, GED's a label you started yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's on your chain right now.
Yeah, grinding every day, getting every dollar, getting educated daily.
Okay, so GED was your label, and was Tiger like affiliated with the label or?
Yeah, that was one of my best friends at the time. You know what I'm saying? And just to stand clear, it wasn't my label. It was all our label. That's how I like to speak. I like to speak collectively. Like it's his label too. It's all ours. But at the same time, yeah, I was the one trying to come up with what's gonna be the slogan, what's gonna be this and that. So I came up with grinding every day, getting every dollar, getting educated daily, and then something positive that people can grasp onto. It don't matter what you grinding. As long as you're grinding.
Okay, so Tiger was part of it and ScHoolboy Q was part of it as well.
Yeah.
This is before TDE and everything else like that.
Yep. Once upon a time.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so you guys are all grinding, and was Tiger the first one to really pop off?
Hell yeah, we met Travis fucking McCoy on Melrose, Gym Class Heroes, and I seen him and I'm like, yo, Tiger, this is dude from MTV. And we out there with his mixtapes, Young on Probation, and we passed it to Trav, and they locked in, connected, and we was able to link up with Trav and go on tour.
Okay, so you went on tour with Travis and the Gym Class Heroes.
Yeah, and Fall Out Boy.
And Fall Out Boy.
And Lil Wayne.
And Lil Wayne. Okay, that's when the whole rock hip-hop thing was sort of doing its thing.
Uh-huh.
Got it. So you were how old when you went on tour?
I was in my early 20s back then, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in my mid-30s right now, but for sure, we back, did that a long time ago, like 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. Like,
okay, was Tiger part of Young Money at that point?
Oh yeah, that tour lifestyle, VMAs, Gym Class Heroes having a performance. We was there. Lil Wayne was there. Mm-hmm. Kanye West was there. T-Pain was there. And Lil Wayne couldn't perform in the suite at the time, it was Kanye West couldn't perform at the time with Fall Out Boy. So they had Lil Wayne do the song Arms Race, and then somebody else was missing. And then they said, yo, Tiger, you got to do that remix that you freestyled the other night, live on the spot, live on TV, right then and there. And that's when Tiger met Wayne for the first time. Because I was right there at the sound check. I'm like, man, there go Weezy, bro. You got to go over there and tell him, man, he our favorite rapper. Just go over there right now, tell him everything, send him all your songs, get a contact, do something. I'm like, bro, this is our moment. Like, we out here. Grace to God, thank you, Trav, thank you, Gym Class, but, it's Weezy. So they linked up right then and there, exchanged contacts, and Tiger sent them, like, so many songs that night.
At that point, Young Money, did that have Drake? Or did Drake come later?
Drake. He was coming along. Like
Drake was Nicki wasn't part of it either.
Yeah,
yet,
she
right?
was.
She was. She was already part of it.
She was already over there before we was there. Like Drake was hanging out in the studio. Like when we got to Young Money, we would be in the studio in Atlanta, and we ordering them jerk chicken and them cinnamon wings and all that. Drake would be in the studio chilling, just doing his thing, writing or whatever he doing. Drake was there. I remember. I seen it. Nicki was around. Like they have Young Money collective photo shoots. Like Tyga came in and it was like, oh, okay, this the new guy. But Drake was already around. Nicki was there. Twist was there. Chucky was there. Everybody was there.
What was early Drake like?
Man, I ain't really get to be around Drake like that. I'm keeping it a buck. I just seen him in passing. But early Drake was amazing, I guess. Best I ever had. He one of the best rappers in the world, man. Right. And I love Drake and everything that he did for our TV show. I appreciate you, bro. Linking up with Dicky and doing what you did. Like, man, kudos to Drake. That's
yeah. No. I remember in 2008, my first studio was in Chinatown in New York. And we had just rented a couple desks in someone else's studio. And
been on your entrepreneurship.
Yeah. And Nicki Minaj came by to just do a record for someone.
Yeah.
And, no one had ever heard of her before. She came in and she did her thing in the booth and all of us were looking at each other like, damn, who is this?
Oh, yeah. She
like, just in terms of what she was doing in the booth was like, oh, shit. Like, she's like really just better than everyone right now.
Yeah, she for sure the dopest female rapper.
Yeah.
The fact that she could sing and just harmonize and just vocally just kill a track and then transition to the bars and then her just, writing her shit. Yeah, she dope.
Okay, so Tyga gets signed to Young Money and he starts to go on tour and you become his hype man?
I was already his hype man. I was his hype man for Tyga every day. At the end of the day, that's bro. You supposed to hype your bro up, no matter who it is, no matter what they doing. It ain't got nothing to do with music. You could be the cameraman, you could be the whatever man, but you supposed to have a hype man in your team, in your circle that's needed. People need those upliftings, those boostings, that positive energy. So I'm there for all my friends and family. But yes, I was rocking out with Tyga, hyping him up, and he got a deal over there at Young Money.
Okay, what's really the secret to being a great hype man? Because there's some legendary hype men out there.
Yeah.
Flavor Flav.
Jim Jones.
Sen Dog from Cypress Hill.
GaTa.
Tony Yayo.
Yeah, a lot of them.
There's some
Even
legendary.
Lloyd Banks.
Lloyd Banks?
He'll get up there.
Is he really a hype man?
Yeah, he'll get up there and sing 50 shit for show.
Okay.
That's his bro.
All right,
Memphis,
fair enough.
but Memphis Bleak, the greatest hype man
Memphis
of all
Bleak,
time.
another one?
Hey, Memphis Bleak is the greatest hype man of all time.
Better than Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav kicked in the door.
Right.
But to be able to keep up with Jigga and that wordplay, you gotta be nice. That's how I feel about being Lil Dicky. Like Lil Dicky nasty with the mic. So for me to be able to keep up with him and his vocabulary and his just,
Okay. And you actually are on a song with Tyga, ScHoolboy Q, and Kendrick Lamar. Summer Girl.
Let's talk about it.
Summer Girl.
Hey, you doing your research, bro.
Yes.
That's tight, man.
Only one of us in this room has a song with Kendrick. And that would be you.
Man.
This was early Kendrick. Like he doesn't even really sound like the Kendrick. I mean, he does sound it, but not.
You could see he was going there.
You could see he was going there.
He was K-Dot.
He was K-Dot back then.
Yeah.
This
then
was
he started switching it right
before
then
Section 80, kind of.
Yeah, that was before.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, shout out him, man. Great dude, man. Phenomenal artist, man. Great guy, man.
Were you there when you guys put that song together?
Hell yeah, I was in the studio watching Kendrick pace and not even have a pen in the pad, no phone in his hand, no nothing. Everybody, we on our phones, we writing, and Kendrick just walking around back and forth, just
in his head.
Yeah, going crazy.
Okay. Was he kind of like punching in and out as?
Nah, it was too clean.
Like the whole verse, he would just sit there.
He was clean. Like, dude, Kendrick, he's another level, bro.
Okay, so you're not surprised where he is right now?
Not surprised, bro. Not surprised.
Okay, so you go on these tours, and I mean, you have like 3 songs with Lil Wayne, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What happened to those songs? They released?
They came out. You can go look them at them on YouTube. They my favorite songs to this day.
Okay, but they weren't like officially released.
Yeah, not officially released. But
I
they
guess,
on YouTube.
Birdman needs his cut.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to officially put them out.
But look, that's where I fucked up, at a young age, not knowing the music business. Me and Tyga was just so eager to show people that we had the connection and the music, and it was just like, but we should have really been patient and did the business and said, hey, Weezy, come on, man, we see that you fucking with us. Hey, what's up with the video? But at the end of the day, it wasn't about that. It was about, doing whatever Tyga wanted to do. So I was just following suit, waking up off the couch, getting on songs.
Okay, so you're going on this whirlwind tour with Tyga and, he's blowing up and you're working on songs. But then by 2012, you're about 26 at the time, you had to go back to regular life again.
Yeah, man. Fucked up on the block.
Okay. What does that mean?
Man, I just wasn't having nothing at the time but a dream and ambition. You know, I was going through my hardships of not being on the road, not being popping, you know, just trying to figure it out again. But like I said, I had the ambition, I had the dream, I had the resume, and I had a great support system, family and friends and, you know, everything. So, yeah.
Okay, because you and Tyga stopped talking at one point.
Yeah.
Now, from what I understand, I watched the No Jumper interview, and there wasn't an argument, it wasn't a falling out. It's like you guys just stopped communicating.
Yeah, I never know what it was until this day. Like, honest to God, right hand on the Bible, I don't know why we don't speak or whatever happened. But, you know, it happened, and I'm just blessed that we were friends at one point in time, and I'm thankful and grateful for everything he did for me. And, you know I wouldn't even be sitting in this chair right now if I didn't have that whole experience and just, you know, just that time of my life. You know, it was just a great chapter. It was like the first half, and I'm working on my second half. And, you know, what you do in the past will always follow you. So I'm just happy to have those moments.
Yeah. Well, I think you had mentioned that, like, a lot of those day ones that were around Tyga at the time, he's not around them anymore.
Oh, yeah.
But that's to be expected, man. Like, I mean, when I heard that, I'm like, yeah,
but that ain't
you can say that about me also.
But that ain't to be expected from me, though. You know what I'm saying?
You saw all your day ones around you.
Yeah. And everybody know that. You know, that's why people love me. That's why I get embraced. That's why I'm just a great person, you know, and I like to just feel comfortable with people that I grew up with, and I know how they feel about me. And then even if I don't know how they feel about me, it's at least I know somebody that know my story, you know, because once you get to a certain level, you're going to get the lawyers, you're going to get the agents, you're going to get the groupies, you're going to get the publicists, you're going to get all these new people around you and stuff. And all that's cool. That's a blessing. It come with the job. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to press reset and just be like, okay, cool. I'm chilling right now. I ain't got to be worried about all that, you know?
Well, at what point did you find out you were bipolar?
When I stopped touring and shit.
Okay, at that time.
I had bad anxiety, you know, and I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, man, why I always want to do something? It's like, damn, probably because I've been traveling around the world, different city, different this, you know, every night, just living that life. And then once you stop, it's just like, oh shit, you know? So I had bad anxiety.
Well, bipolar disorder is serious. One of my really close friends, Disco D, he was a producer. He did like Ski Mask Way for 50 Cent. Me and him were dumb close. And he was bipolar. And I would see him go through his manic episodes sometimes. He'd just be chill, and then suddenly he'd just get all super hype and start like slapping people, and people get pissed off at him. And then, you know, but it really culminated, you know, when he lost his apartment and he ran out of money. He had to move back in with his mom. He ended up hanging himself in his mom's bedroom.
God bless.
Which was, you know, it was a strong blow to me, but you know, not so much his mom. You know, I remember going to the funeral and talking to his mom. His mom was just broken. But it just showed to me how serious mental health is.
Yeah, mental health is everything.
And this was not the first time he tried to kill himself. Like he had a few attempts, and this one he unfortunately succeeded. But bipolar disorder is serious if really untreated.
Yeah, but it's different types too. You know, you got bipolar 1 and you got bipolar 2, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's 2 types of bipolar. So you can have the one where you are on the up and up and you're like, oh, I'm feeling good today. Let's go blow a bag. Let's go do this irrational stuff. Let's have fun. Oh my God, I'm feeling good. And then you got the bipolar where it's like, I'm not getting out the bed. Oh my God, it's over. I can't do it. So it's 2 bipolars. You know?
He was going through both. Hot and cold. Yeah, highs and lows.
But like I said, both disorders have the same, you know, characteristics, but as far as the 1 and the 2, it's like, okay, one, you're going to be hot way more than you're cold, and then the other one is you're going to be down more than you're up.
Which one do you have?
To be honest with you, I got the up one.
Got the up one?
Yeah, I be feeling good. I got the up one.
Until you don't.
Yeah, but see, when I get down though, I got so much love and support, and then just my own personal mental. I got my dream, bro. My dream is everything. My brand and all of that is everything to me. So once I come down from that hype, I just think about, okay, all right, you gotta relax, woosah, bro. You got shit to take care of.
Okay, so, well, the doctors tell you have bipolar disorder, and they give you medication,
right?
But you don't take them.
Oh, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I got gabapentin. I got.
Well, but initially you weren't taking them.
That's what you got to think about this. I've been dealing with this for well over a decade. Yeah. So at one point in time, yes, I didn't take the medicine.
No, I'm talking about the very beginning. When you first got diagnosed,
right?
From what I understand, you didn't want to take the medicine.
Nah, I rejected it.
Okay,
because it was my first time as a young man dealing with all these big words from the doctor, and you know, just knowing that I'm bipolar. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm cool. I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I smoke a little weed. But at the same time, I had to listen to the therapist. I had to listen to the doctor. So once I realized that this medicine is good for me, it'll really slow me down. It'll make me get the proper rest. See, that's one of the biggest things that convinced me that I needed the medicine was the proper rest. Like, people don't understand how important those 8 hours of sleep are.
So you just stay up for days, basically?
No, not even days, but it's just like, you won't be getting the proper rest if you not taking your medicine.
Okay, like for
Because your
example,
mind is up. And
Yeah.
if your mind is racing up, you can't sleep.
yeah. I mean, when you look at Kanye, he has bipolar disorder.
Yep.
Do you see similarities, what he goes through and what you go through?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. He made me realize that being bipolar was a superpower if you know how to control
Right.
it
He
in the
said
right
that,
way. Yeah, he was one of my biggest inspirations, but do I agree with everything that he does and stuff and the decisions? No, but he's still one of my, favorite artists and this, that, and the third. But as far as his personal life, yeah, man, he's bipolar and he's dealing with it the way he does. But me, I got a life coach, I got a therapist, I got medication, and I'm going to listen to what my family and friends say.
Yeah, I think people don't realize sometimes, like, when you see someone like a Kanye and you see this like genius in music, which the bipolar disorder has a role in, right? For him to think differently, that's because he's wired a little bit differently. So people love the music side, but then when they see the other side, like the Hitler rants or the quitting his world tour on stage,
Right.
that's all the same thing.
It
And
is.
people don't like that part, but they have to realize, well, you wouldn't get the great music if you didn't have all this other stuff over here. I
Right.
mean, is that accurate?
Probably so, man, because it's like, hey, there's two sides to this. There's that happy, there's that loving, there's that, and then there's that dark, twisted fantasy.
Yeah. Okay, so initially you didn't want to take the medication. And from what I understand, you started taking drugs to try to deal with it?
Yeah, when you say drugs, I did a little lean sometime. I probably did a couple of Xanax here and there. And then people got to remember, I was prescribed to Xanax.
Oh, they gave you Xanax for your bipolar disorder. Oh, that's one of the prescriptions for it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, Xanax is common. You'll get that proper sleep off of a Xanax bar.
Yeah, I've always, what I mean? Like, I remember having I remember I had nasal surgery and stuff like that, and they gave me Xanax, and I'm like, fuck this.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen enough movies.
A lot of people take
over the opioid crisis. I said, let me just throw this away before I get
A lot of
hooked
people
on
take
it.
Xanax when they got a long flight, 13-hour flight, 8-hour
Yeah,
flight.
that's not a good idea.
Yeah, but some people need it. Some people freak out. Some people can't handle it, But at the same time, all I like to say is you got to use the drug. Don't abuse it,
Okay.
So that's how I had the chemical imbalance and I had the manic episode, the alcohol I mixed with the Xanax, So certain things you're not supposed to do when you're off those heavy medications.
Did you ever feel like you got addicted at one point to the Xanax or the other stuff you were taking?
I'll just say I was recreational addicted.
Okay.
Like if the homie turning up and, we popping a pill or two when I was younger, yeah, I'll do that. I'll admit to that. But that's how I got to this point of being able to say, hey, this is not right. Let me work on the second half of my life. Let's remove all that negativity and that toxic stuff and that crazy, just madness you experience as you live in this rock and roll lifestyle. But yeah, I'm glad I went through that because it made me who I am today. It made me get the regime. It made me know that I need a team instead of just relying on bullshit.
Okay, so around 2013, you met Lil Dicky?
Yep.
Okay, and I guess a manager introduced you?
Yeah. And that's his name, Anthony Martini.
Okay, and this was before he really started dropping music? Or was it
He
around
had
the
already
same time?
dropped Ex-Boyfriend. He already dropped that song. He was already viral and stuff.
Okay, so Ex-Boyfriend already came out.
Yep.
And that got like 1 million views in
Yeah.
24 hours. And suddenly everyone's, he's now got his foot in the door.
Yeah, he was heavy in the game at that point.
Okay, I mean, what'd you think of Lil Dicky?
When I first met him, I'm like, dude, this dude's smart. He's intelligent, obviously, and he got bars, That was my honest opinion when I first met him. I'm like, I respect what you're doing, man. You just like me. You a dreamer. You trying to get your shit off just like me.
Mhm.
And at the same time, you got to remember, I met him at a point in my life where I was ground zero. I had nothing. So it was dope to see a breath of fresh air and just to see some light, just to see, okay, this is an opportunity to work with somebody, and, I can show them what I know, show him everything I've been through. And then that's where our worlds collided. And he became one of my best friends and he changed my life forever.
I think like with Lil Dicky, it was interesting in the beginning. Because I remember, I followed his whole career. And I think in the beginning, he was a white dude with a moppy haircut. And this is before Jack Harlow kind of popularized
Right.
this. His name was Lil Dicky,
Mhm.
which, is a play off Lil Dick, And people, and he was doing comedy rap. So I think people weren't really taking him seriously. And I remember I kind of felt the same way until I saw him freestyling Tim Westwood.
Oh, nasty.
Then
I was in the room. Oh,
okay. Oh, you were there.
Yeah, I was there. That was in London.
I rewound that multiple times. I'm like, yo, he just killed it. Bro, like live.
Killed it, man. He one of the best, dude. I love his mind. I love his whole process, how he take his time and just come out with the best product. That's what he taught me, is just patience, you know. Everything ain't got to be about instant gratification and let's put it out now. It's like, let's put it out when it's the best, like when it's ready, when we know that it's going to go for sure and it's going to do what it do.
Well, yeah, he put out 32 songs, 15 music videos, and then he ran out of money, and he started Kickstarter campaign that basically said, I've officially run out of money. In a nutshell, you are funding phase 2 of my rap career. He was trying to raise $70,000, and he raised $113,000 off Kickstarter.
Yeah, off Kickstarter, man. That's amazing, bro. Like, we'll be out in public and people will come up and be like, yo, I sent you this, that, and the third. And I want to support you, you know? That's dope, man.
Right. And then by 2014, he had his first show at the TLA in Philly. And you were his hype man?
Yeah, I was there at his first concert, man. And just to think about from then to now, that shit give me the chills for sure.
I mean, yeah, he had the professional rapper tour. You were the hype man for that. He put out his first album, Professional Rapper, which had a really interesting set of guest appearances. Yeah. Snoop, T-Pain, Rich Homie Quan, Fetty Wap, Hannibal Buress.
Oh, yeah.
And then he went on tour again, Looking for Love tour, which you're on once again.
Yeah, man.
So you know, you've been through this already with Tyga, seeing him blow up. Now you're going through it with Dicky.
Yeah.
And what was different about, you know, the thing with Dicky?
The business. The business is legit.
Okay, how so?
Just everything that we do is like, you ain't got to guess. You ain't got to guess when certain things are happening. You just know, you just feel that certainty. Like, everything feel good. Like, we communicating, we talking amongst each other as men. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you can feel the real friendship, the real support. Like, you know, if somebody said they're going to do something, they're going to do it for you and mean it because they care about you and stuff. So you're going to feel the experience, man. You learning too. You got to think about it. He's Jewish and he grew up different. We from different backgrounds. Like, working with Tyga is a totally different experience, man. I learned a lot. I learned how to save that money. I learned how to invest. I learned how to, you know, buy a house. I learned how to do a lot of shit from Dicky, man. He taught me a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember that music video. Is it Save That Money?
Yeah.
Where he actually walked around and knocked on people's doors. Like, he was going to mansions.
To mansions in Beverly Hills,
and
though.
Beverly Hills was like, hey, I'm trying to film a music video for no money. Do you mind if I go in your house and film? And some people actually did it.
Went to the McLaren dealership. Went to the Lamborghini dealership. Asked for the car. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, man.
That was wild to see. Because it was just so unique. It was like, here was a dude. Because, you know, I'm so tired of seeing a brand new rapper in a rented Lamborghini and a bunch of chains that aren't his and flossing about how much money he has when you know that shit isn't true. Yeah. You know, I understand you got to do an image, but like, Dicky came out and was like, I'm broke. I don't have any money. Yeah. I'm poor.
That's why people love him.
I'm trying to save my money. I'm not trying to spend it.
That's why people love him, though, because he being honest. You know, he vulnerable and he being funny at the same time. So, very lovable, respectable guy, man.
Well, and I remember in 2016, he had the Funny or Die video for Watch Yourself with Mystical and Trinidad James.
Oh, yeah, that video was dope as hell.
I remember I interviewed Trinidad right around that same time. And, you know.
That was a fun video shoot.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Yeah.
It seemed like it. Mystical's kind of going through some things again right now, but we'll leave that alone. But I remember that was the first time I got to see Dicky kind of act.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that was like, it was a video, but it was also kind of a skit. So you got to see his acting chops, and it was like, oh, okay, I kind of see something here. And he was serious about it as well.
I love when other artists call upon my bro to collab. It just makes me so happy that they choose him for the verse. Like, Lil Dicky on Justin Bieber album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's wild.
You know what I mean? It's like...
Right, because he was, well, that same year, he was on the XXL freshman cover.
Oh, yeah.
With Anderson .Paak, Kodak Black,
Lil
Uzi Vert, 21 Savage, Dave East, Denzel Curry, Designer, G Herbo, Lil Yachty.
Yep.
I mean, you know, most of those dudes are still very prominent.
Yeah.
You know?
That was a strong list, man. That was a strong list right there.
Okay. And then, he put out a few more projects. He put out the Pillow Talking music video.
That's one of my favorite music videos.
I guess it was the 49th most expensive music video ever.
That music video cost $1 million. He paid for it himself.
Well, he paid $1 million for that music video.
Yeah, that video cost $1 million. Probably even more for sure. Like that was just all virtual reality stuff too.
Yeah.
I was like $1 million. I know it was over $1 million for sure.
Right. And then he put out Freaky Friday with Chris Brown.
Oh yeah, that shit. Matter of fact, I just seen Chris Brown the other night at the club too. I said the same thing to him when I seen him when he driving off. I said, man, I woke up in Chris Brown's body. Hey, that shit was so funny, bro. Yeah, but that song was dope, man. And that shit got over 1 billion, whatever, gazillion streams.
Yeah, I mean, it's Chris Brown. I remember what was it? Chris, during his part, said, I would use the N-word or something like that. If he was like, it was just the whole thing was sort of very tongue-in-cheek. Kind of like fucking with it was societal norms and everything else like that. I mean, dope. It's surprising because Chris doesn't do funny shit.
Yeah, man.
He doesn't do comedy stuff. This is the first time ever he did that.
That's how you know Dave is a genius, man. Just to be able to orchestrate a song and say, "Hey, Snoop, you're perfect for this. Hey, T-Pain, look, I got you." Hey, just the way he put it together is it's phenomenal.
Right, and then he put out the Earth single, which had Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, Ed Sheeran, Shawn Mendes.
Hey, that song got more people on it than We Are the World. Oh yeah, what's that one song?
Yeah, We Are the World.
Yeah, I think this one got more.
It's up there, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation put it together. I mean, this is like big shit that he's doing at this point. Like, it really kind of surprised everyone, including myself.
Man,
I'm sure it surprised you as well.
Bro, when I be thinking about the shit that I done did and stuff that I done seen, it is surprising. Like, even right now, like, this is surprising. I ain't gonna lie, I thought this wasn't even gonna be a real thing. Like, I just got a random email one day, and I'm like, oh shit. So, yeah, life is surprising, man.
Okay, and then comes the Dave TV show.
Yeah.
Now, was this something that you guys have been talking about for a while?
Yeah, well, basically, he would mention it here and there while we on tour, back of the bus, or just hanging and swinging. Because he always thinking ahead. Like, Dave always writing notes down, and he always taking his time preparing something. But I just remember he just told me one day, like, yo, man, I want to do a TV show about my life and everything, and I want to probably put you in it and shit. And I'm like, all right. And he like, man, I'm going to put you in it. So one day he just told me, like, we're going to film some shit. And it's going to be like us doing a little monologue back and forth as real life. Talking to each other, vibing out like we always do. And then he sent that shit to FX, and that shit was just the show.
Okay, like how long did it take from him submitting it to them actually greenlighting the show?
Well, he probably did a lot of pitches. I know he did a lot of pitches. I know he reached out to probably other networks and stuff because that's what I did for my cartoon. When I had the opportunity, I reached out to Apple, reached out to Hulu, reached out to everybody, to say, hey, buy this product of mine. I'm a creator. This is the best thing going. You got to really sell it. We talking about, hey, you want 4 million an episode? Why? Why should we buy this? You know what I mean? Right. So, like, you got to really be in these rooms and on them Zoom things. Like, that's one thing that I learned is it's all about your pitch. It's all about what you got to say. Why is it sellable? Why do we want this? So, yeah, I'm pretty sure he did that, and then FX was the one.
Right. FX greenlit it, and they're getting ready to film the first season. Now, you're a potential character on the show, but you don't have any acting experience at the time.
Nah, no acting chops at the time.
At all. So you had to actually try out, audition to play yourself.
Yeah, I definitely did. I even had people hitting me up like, yo, I'm auditioning to be you. And I'm like, damn.
You had other people that were trying to be you?
Yeah, my homie Swayze hit me up. Shout out my nigga Swayze. He hit me up, man. That's one of my best friends in the music industry. Okay. But yeah, he hit me up like,
he was competing to be you.
Yeah, bro. Hey, a bag is a bag.
A bag is a bag.
You get what I'm saying? A bag is a bag. Yeah. So I wasn't mad, but at the same
someone
time,
beat you out to be you.
I knew it wasn't gonna happen, bro. You gotta be bipolar to be me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have my story to bring out them scenes.
How hard was that audition?
Oh, the audition was easy because it was with me and Dicky.
Oh, so Dicky was there. And
yeah, like I'm sitting here talking to you. They're like, all right, here, jump in this scene right here. And they didn't even say jump in this scene because we just talked. They're like, yo, here, we turn the cameras on, run them. That's what Dave said. He was controlling the whole audition. He like, yo, we about to just talk, bro, and trust me, it's gonna be golden. Just me and you sitting on the couch talking about whatever. He like, trust me, they gonna love it. And then they did.
Well, right, because on the show, you're a hype man with anxiety.
And bipolar disorder.
And bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
And initially, you didn't want to actually put that out there.
No, I was kind of like ashamed, bro. It's kind of crazy to tell people you got to take 6 to 8 pills and all that just to keep a stable mindset or whatever.
Yeah.
But long story short, he convinced me like, yo, tell your story. You're going to be inspiring people. It's motivating, bro. Like, be different, let it out there. So I did it. And honestly, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me, bro. Just telling people.
Yeah. I mean, there was a part, was it with Demi Lovato? Where you guys were talking about mental health, and then you just started going off into weird tangents. And...
That was crazy. Yeah, we were like competing to see who was the best mental health advocate. That was crazy.
Well, and then the cameos on Dave are crazy.
Crazy. The biggest.
Drake.
Man.
How did the Drake cameo come together?
Man, Dave loved Drake. That's his favorite rapper.
Right.
When I first met Dicky, he like, man, nobody's fucking with Drake. He's like, Drake is the best. I'm like, man, all right, bro. Everybody knows that already, bro. He's like, man, Drake is the best. And I was just like, all right. And then he just his favorite rapper, yo. And then, when you're an artist and you a dope artist, man, and then when you reach out and then you get embraced, is because you a dope artist too. So that's how I look at it, man. Them people, them geniuses just linking up. They done hung out a gang of times. Dicky done hung out with everybody, man. It's tight.
Brad Pitt. That was what I didn't see coming. It was kind of a crazy scene. He's like banging his head against the window in the studio.
Yeah,
and
that shit was...
He gets hit with a crossbow.
Crazy, bro. That was a crazy episode, man. That's like one of my favorite episodes.
Because you were right there in the room as all this shit
the
was
whole
happening.
time.
How did Brad Pitt... I mean, because you don't expect Brad Pitt to do a cameo on a sitcom. Any sitcom. Has nothing to do with Dave. It's just, you just don't see him doing shit like
he hasn't done TV in like over 20 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Last time he was on TV, he was on Friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. That was like the 90s or something?
Yeah, so for him to come out and do that for us and take that time out there and be out there for consecutive nights, 2, 3, 4 in the morning or whatever, man, kudos to that big, huge ass icon. That's dope, bro. He was humble too, down to earth.
Usher?
Yeah.
Don Cheadle?
Yeah.
Jack Harlow?
Yeah.
I love that whole scene.
That was crazy. I couldn't believe Don Cheadle did that, man. That's the GOAT right there. I love him, man. I loved his movie too when he played Earl Manigault.
Yeah.
Basketball movie. Hey, Don Cheadle dope, man.
Yeah, man. No, it really was it's a very unique show. It's just different. It's just different. Now, what season did you guys just finish?
3.
3.
The third one, yeah.
So is there a 4th season?
Right now we're amongst a strike right now. Like, it's just, we dealing with a strike. The industry is striking, the actors, and I stand with everyone, the writers and all the guilds and stuff. But yeah, we're in the middle of a strike right now. So to be honest with you, no announcements will be made about new shows and stuff like that, just out of respect for them finishing up and finalize the agreement, So that's what it is right now.
Okay, so you also showed up on Loot.
Yep.
Starring Maya Rudolph.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I remember that episode. I remember seeing you, and I'm like,
that was crazy.
You didn't want to drink the shit water, basically.
Hell no.
She offered you $100,000 to drink that shit water.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't think you should drink it either, man.
Hell no. That shit was crazy. Hey, she's such a fun person, man. She was dope. When I first met her, I walked up to her and I just started singing her mom's song, Loving You. It's easy because you're beautiful. She was like, oh, honey, stop. I was embarrassed though, but I had to hit that. I was like,
I had to hit those notes?
I had to hit the notes, man. I'm like, yeah.
That was a good show, man. Is it going to be season 2 of that?
Yeah, I believe it is. I'm not sure,
The way it ended, it seemed like
I think it is season 2 though, yeah, because my boy Alan did that. I know the whole director and producer of that, so shout out to Alan, man. He put me in that, man. Him and Christine Cole, yeah.
Did you have to audition for that?
Nah, I didn't.
Nah, you just,
yeah.
They're like, yo, we want you in it.
Blind deal.
Yeah,
we want that guy.
Okay, because you were also in a movie called Good Morning with Machine Gun Kelly and Mod Son.
Shout out my nigga MGK, man. And my son, that's my bro. I know my son for a long time. I remember when he walked up on the tour bus when I was on tour with Tyga back in the day, like 2008. My son walked up, knocked on the bus like, yo, I'm trying to smoke. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And then we still cool to this day.
Yep.
He hit me up like, yo, I got this movie I want to do. And then I just locked in with him. MGK, dope dude.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of movie roles. He's really kind of, I mean, his music shit is still popping, but it seems like the movie shit has become a serious thing. I mean, he played Nikki Sixx in the Motley Crue, Tommy Lee.
Oh, yeah.
In the Motley Crue movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
He got some movies under his belt, man.
Yeah, I mean, he was in Bird Box with Sandra Bullock. think it's called Bird Box.
He got a Western too. I see a movie here. He play a cowboy too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, he
got that cowboy look about him.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you have coming up next?
Me, I got movies coming out. December 15th, I got a movie with Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria, with Glenn Powell, my bro who worked with Tom Cruise. But I got a rom-com coming out. Then I got a movie coming out top of the new year, I believe, with Johnny Knoxville. It's called, that's one gonna be dope. It's called Sweet Dreams. Then I got a movie coming out this year too with Anna Kendrick and Jake Johnson called Self-Reliance, in the trailer floating around somewhere. But yeah, I got movies coming out, 3 of them.
I mean, isn't it crazy how you start off as a rapper, but the acting is really what took off for you?
Yeah, it is crazy, but at the same time, I think it's not crazy because I'm just a passionate person that just want to get my story told, whether it's whatever art form it is, whether it's clothes, you know, whether it's music, whether it's TV, film, whether it's animation. I'm gonna get my art off, bro. Like, you know, I gotta express myself, and you know, whether it's being an entertainer, however it comes, it's gonna come, and I'm gonna capitalize on the situation, and that's how I did it.
Well, GaTa, man, congrats. It's an 18-year journey. I mean, people look at, you know, various figures of entertainment, and they always assume that it was just a big lucky break. It came out of nowhere. Someone co-signed you. But with you, it was a long, slow grind with a lot of, pitfalls and dragging yourself up again and falling down and dragging yourself up and being around all these people that are blowing up around you, and you're not always able to join them in their journey, but yet you figured out your own path.
Right, you
gotta
get
your own
yours.
lane, and here you are right now on VladTV.
Yeah, I know, man. It's crazy just, being at the crib and just watching all the interviews and just soaking it up because, I love the culture, I love the game, I love rap music, I love the industry. And then, just to be able to, you probably don't remember, but I met you somewhere a while ago before.
Really?
But this is when I wasn't, the GaTa that I am today.
Where? Do you remember?
I don't know. I was probably somewhere with Dicky or somewhere. Somewhere floating around out here in one of these studios or somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think your boy from Steve Lobel was there.
Steve Lobel, yeah.
Yeah, that's my guy. But yeah, man, I seen you, and then now I'm here, just full circle. But it even happened like that with Ross too. I met Rick Ross when I was younger in my Tyga days on La Brea Jack's sunglasses spot, and then just to be able to work with him on the Dave show and tell him like, yo,
on Dave,
yeah, I met you then and I met you now, and it's like, yeah, man.
Yeah, man, there's always a time, man. And,
Crazy.
I think what's important, a lot of times,
Never fucking give up.
never give up, and also realize that just because you meet someone at a certain point in your life and they may not want to rock with you at that point, you should never take that personally.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that, I've seen this myself. Like, people have submitted music to me and I passed on it, and then they get on and I reach out. It's like, oh, no, you didn't want to fuck with me 3 years ago, so I ain't fucking with you now. And it's like, but it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you got to.
You know what I mean? Like, everyone has to be at a level that makes sense for everyone. And people don't fuck with me because I'm not at a certain level.
Right.
And, that just means I just got to get bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So never be
down.
bitter if someone doesn't see your dream, because that's your dream. That's in your head.
Yeah.
They're not going to see what you're seeing.
Yeah, exactly.
And you might loop back with them at a later time, and it all makes sense.
It's all about the timing.
Exactly. Exactly. I think that's important because entertainment and music in particular, it's hard, man. And it's hard, and you have to use a lot of different ways to try to get into it. And it's a lot of times it doesn't start the way you expected it. Like I said, you started out as a rapper, but now most of your money is made as an actor.
Yeah.
I started as a DJ.
Yeah.
Now I do interviews. Like, I would have never thought that this was going to be my path.
Yeah.
But you have to adapt.
Yeah, and I like to make it clear too, like a lot of my money, of course, is made through acting, but I still do music passionately. Like, my songs are still on TV. My songs still drop. Like, I got a new song coming out with my boy Juan Money called Call It Bank. I'm going to drop it right before Halloween. Crazy music video. Like, I'm still doing concerts, having sold out shows. Like, I just had a show in LA, sold out. I did Lollapalooza last year, did all the big music festivals. So yeah, I'm still grinding every day, sticking to my plan, dropping my music, and, I'm coming out with a project soon. But it's just dope when you got your head down and on your grind. You never know what's going to come your way. You got to be ready.
Well, GaTa, man, congrats. Congrats
you.
on the grind. Even with, starting off, not knowing your parents, growing up in in not the ideal situation. But here you are, man. You're definitely a symbol for people that are going through similar things, man.
Man, thank you,
Congrats,
brother.
and I'm looking forward to your future success, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.